Hi, this is Chanel back again. Now, because the other video, was a bit glitzy because we had the Commonwealth Games on here at the time and everyone was sucking our internet, I've been asked to do this again. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through how to build a funnel in Clickfunnels. Clickfunnels is the medium or the platform you'd like to say that I actually like the best because A, they give you a 2 free-week trial. B, it is extremely simple to use. And 3, you can get it for free in the end. So that your most important tool in any of your marketing is eventually going to become free. And also it is something that you can also make money on the side as well. Never mind earning, making it generate some income for your products or services or whatever you'd like to put out there. Out there in the world. So anyway, before I rattle on too much on that, I'm just going to go over to Clickfunnels now and start building us a new funnel. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here we are over in Clickfunnels. So this is my dashboard, and this is what you will come up with or come to when you actually sign in and grab yourself an account. Along the top, sorry, I'll just move my head. Along the top, you've got where you can build funnels. You've got Actionetics, which is the upgraded version. So with their upgraded version, I don't particularly use it because I don't have membership sites and stuff like that. But if you actually want to create or build a membership site, which is great to earn some bread and butter if you like in the future. So what that means is if you want to say, hey guys, give me $5 a week and I'll give you X, or like for example, this group, I could actually charge you guys a weekly fee to be in this group, for example. So you can actually build yourself a membership site there. Or if this was a course I was building out, I could actually set that up in Actionetics as well, where I put all the course modules and you guys go in there and log in and get all your stuff out. And then you can obviously definitely charge for that as well. So these are things that you can do. Backpack is another, that comes with Actionetics. That's with their upgrade as well. And that's all those little bits in together. So when I say Actionetics and Backpack, they're actually conjoined. So to create all that I was just saying, you'd need both of those because then you've got your email sequencing and stuff like that you can build in ClickFunnels. I choose to use another provider for that because at this point in time, it's more economical for me. Okay, help obviously is, sorry, I'll move myself again. Help is where you can go in and if you've got any questions. The docs one is where it comes up in documents, basically, how do I build a sales funnel, or how do I build a, how do I integrate something or something like that. So I click on docs, type that in, and it comes up in a document form. Get help here, and also down the bottom here is where you actually talk to somebody live. So if you're stuck or you need a direction or something like that, you can get live help right there. This one here is all your details and some integrations as well, but we don't need to go into that right now. When you actually do open up a ClickFunnels account, you're going to get 21 days of constant instruction also on how to build these things. You'll also get some marketing as well on top. So yeah, really good value, this company. It's always building, always building. There's Facebook groups, there's everything that, you're just getting smashed with absolutely amazing marketing tools. So anyway, let's go back and build ourselves a funnel. So if I had not built any funnels at all in my life, in my account at this point of time, I would go down to build a funnel. This one's at the bottom here. Sorry, I got my phone popping. And I would create, I would go over here actually. This is the best one, I suppose, the cookbook. Start cookbook. Sorry, the internet's a bit slow again. I really struggle where I am, so feel for me. Okay, so what ClickFunnels has done for you, they've made it extremely, extremely, extremely easy to build your funnels. And this is what I love. I mean, you can build funnels in WordPress as well, but they're a lot trickier. And some people do say, oh, but it's cheaper in the end. You know, I don't think it is. Yes, with WordPress, you have, say, an upfront price, and then you only pay a small price per week after that, or sorry, per month after that. You can actually do this with ClickFunnels as well if you prefer to, if you want to save money. That's a way of doing it as well. Or you do a monthly fee, what I do, because that gives you an opening if you ever want to close it down, or if you don't want to use it right now, you can close it off, you can bring it back on and stuff like that. I have found though that like I said, I have made it generate me money, so I don't close it down. I really don't close it down. I've got it really swinging nicely. And if anyone wants to know how I do that, how I actually generate money off of this, even if I don't build myself a funnel, yeah, just post it on the site and I'll let you know. I'll do a live, or I'll do a bit of a video on that as well. Okay, so as you can see down the side here, we're going to choose something that we are. You know, what industry are we in? Are we author, speaker, coach, consultant, professional, retail, e-commerce, B2B, so that's business to business, network marketing, or other? And what type of funnel do I want to do? What do I want to achieve out of my funnel? Do I want to generate leads? Do I want to sell a product? Do I want to create an event, or again, other? Okay, so today, because a lot of people are into network marketing, I'm going to just click on that one. And the main one I really like to start off with is generating leads. Now, the reason why we generate leads is we build this big following, if that's the word to say, because the whole idea in being successful, full stop, is we need to make ourselves look like an expert. And the more following we have, and the more, likes we have on our Facebook, or, views on our website, or, the more people that know your name, the more influence you have out there. So you look at people like Tony Robbins, it doesn't matter what he spits out. People love what he's got, because he has spent that time building an audience, or building, it's building an audience. So that's what we want to do. So I'm going to start you off today. We're going to generate some leads, and that's going to create our audience, okay? So generate a lead. So then it's popped up with something else that's going to go, okay, what more do you want? So do you want their contact info, or do you want them to actually put in an application, or do you want to run a survey? So all those three things we can do. So for example, if I'm just doing a plain, collecting names that I can email later with all my specials, deals, recipes, hot offers, or whatever. I just want their contact details. Really, really, really simple. Now, if I actually want to, in this situation, if I want to build a members underneath me, for example, so I want to actually start building a team, because we know teams also, the more we have, more people we have underneath ourselves, the more money we generate as well. So then I would actually put in an application. And sometimes if you're one of these people that are teetering over the edge, they're not sure, blah, 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 you can break the ice a little bit with creating a survey, okay? Or you can feel out people, you can have your first thought is, I actually want them in my email list so I can, from hot offers, etc., etc. But if we feel them out a little bit, we might actually find that they might become a team member rather than actual, they might be better being a team member than actually just a buyer from us. So running a survey can actually, pull out those two things. Would you be interested more in making money, or would you be interested in just being a buyer? And then when we get them to the other end of our funnel, then we can separate the two, and we know what we can target, know what things we can send out. Another thing I actually use surveys for, which work out extremely well for me later on down the track, is for people that say have got a clothing range, for example, this is where I'd start to build some games in, some survey games going, are you a, I don't know, mountain climbing kind of person, or, are you a prima donna, or are you, what other styles are they? Sorry, I'm trying to pull this off the top of my head right now. Are we a gutsy kind of person, or, do I not get my fingers dirty? Do I like hip hop, or do I like classical and stuff like that? So when we've actually picked this information out of these people, we can then start to market them with our range a little bit more specifically, because when we do market to these people, we want them to think that we know them intimately and personally. So doing a survey really helps decipher what category this client is in, and then we can actually market them a little bit better and a little bit more efficiently. So they come in great anyway. But today, just to keep things really simple, because we're all learning how to build a funnel and how to get the nitty-gritties of it all, I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to do something really, really simple, and I'm going to start building my list. Okay, so I want their contact information. So as you can see up here, Clickfunnels has given me 5 options that I can use to build my funnel. So this, just a straight bridge funnel, is a really, really plain basic one, and that's the one we mostly work with today. So it's generating lead when we just want to bridge the gap before sending them the next funnel, or the next email sequence, or the next correspondence. So really in this one, this is where we're going, this is your free download, this is your free information, can I have your details in exchange for this free information that I want to give you? Cool, all done, all sweet, all done deal. Reverse squeeze page is where you give them value first. So in other words, it's a little bit the same, where we actually, give them a free object or a free something, but we really, really pump the value first before we ask for the name. So it's give, and then we'll actually ask for that. So again, if people are a little bit more tender, I suppose is the word for it, you kind of go in this one here. A lead, again, this is very similar. Again, all this marketing is the same kind of thing. As you can see here, give people an ethical bribe in exchange for their email address. Simple, simple, simple. Application funnel, again, it's a bit like here. We make them go through a journey, because sometimes when people go through a journey, they feel more important and they're more likely to do it. It's a bit like people are more likely to take something for 10 cents rather than free, because they've paid for it. So in their mind, it's more valuable. Crazy, I know, but that's what they do. Squeeze funnel is, this is again, very simple. Again, same kind of thinking, but you create a curiosity. So in other words, more like find out more, so for them to find out more, they have to give us our email address. So which one do you reckon we should do? Maybe we just do a lead magnet, because they're all very, very similar. We're all getting the same results. We're all getting the email address. Sorry, just still a bit of coffee while that's going on. So as you can see here, this is telling you exactly what we're going to do. We're going to create a lead into our funnel. It's going to consist of 2 pages, and it should take us no more than 30 minutes to build. Okay, so simple, simple, simple. And everyone should have one of these, seriously. Now these are little themes that we can have too, so that most of our building out is done. We don't have to, do a lot of the hard slog if this is where you want to start. And then as you can see, we have paid ones and we have free ones. So the ones along the top are free. These ones down here are where professional people have put them together for you, and you can purchase them if you want. So if you don't want to build one out, feel free to buy one. absolutely feel free to buy one. So here it's a basic one, obviously for $477. This one is $797. So you can see there's a lot of work gone into this one, a hell of a lot of work. You know, with your MLM, I don't think you really need to go to a funnel like this. This is really when you're really trying to convince somebody something. You know, it's a big ticket item. It might be a $10,000 product that you're selling. So can you imagine in a $10 product, you really have to do a lot more convincing. So here you can see 147, 97, 97, 97. So 97 seems to be the average. But we're going to stick with free ones today because I like free. They work. Da, da, da. If you don't want to pick any of these, we're going to just do a blank one, and that's what I'm going to do today. But feel free to grab any of these if you want to cheat a little bit more. But because I want to explain some stuff so you don't ever get stuck, I'm going to start from scratch, okay? So let's pick this blank one. Okay, so I'm going to get it. Today I'm not going to go completely through the whole funnel. We're not going to build it. We're going to build it, but we're not going to build in the nitty-gritties because I think that's a lot for you to all take in on one day. So I just want you to get this kind of part going, and then I'm going to come back in maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure what that day is in America, but 2 days from now, and we'll build the other one. Or build the insides of it out, I should say. And it would happen a lot quicker if your internet was a lot faster than mine. Actually, that's on a note too. Always do test your your speed of what things are loading, because people are impatient. So when this is all done, test the speed that it actually loads at, so that you know it does load quite quickly. Because if it doesn't, people lose patience and they click out. So, and there's ways of actually speeding those up and slowing them down as well. And so making sure that you actually have a really nice, quick, snappy funnel is always good. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is we're actually now putting it together. Can you see it's actually built the 2 pages here? We've got a lead magnet page, which is the, thank you, here's your download and give me your email address, for example, just that quickly. And it's actually called an opt-in page. So so up here, always make sure, see how there's a blue line around it? It's actually an opt-in page. So we want a lead magnet, we want an opt-in page. Just, make sure that is what you are trying to build. Not so critically important in these early stages, but if we are actually doing sales, for example, and we've clicked something open, it's actually in the opt-in kind of range here, it's not going to allow you to build in a checkout and stuff like that, because it's saying, hey, no, you're doing an opt-in, and you're kind of going in your head, no, I actually want a sales. So you end up building this big beautiful sales page, and in the end you can't put your checkout in, and it's really frustrating. So just make sure that when you actually are building these pages, that you're actually asking it to do what you actually want it to do. So then it will give you all the bits to be able to do it. Okay, if that makes sense. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a capture page or an opt-in page or a lead magnet page. They're all exactly the same, just different names. I'm going to go for a really, really basic one, which is this one here. You can preview them. So if you, looking through here and go, oh, I want something tricky, I want something different, you can preview them. Just clicking on preview. And it'll show you what it looks like in there. It'll show you what what you're getting basically. Go out of that one because I'm actually going to take that one. So I'm going to select the template. And see how Clickfunnels just builds it all out for me. If this was in another system, I'd be doing lots of tricky things now trying to make this happen for me. the next thing we do is we go in and edit the page. So click the big orange button. And now we start building it to just really what yours is related to. So say, for example, I have given a free recipe away, maybe a recipe, how about that? Okay, so get yours free, I'm just going to change this to get your free, oops. Oh, can't type. Here you go, here. Okay. I'm just going to change this to, here you go, I wasn't going to do this, but now I know. Get your free recipe here. This recipe will become your favorite. About that. Okay, go down. The other thing I want to change here is I'm going to change my name here. Desk.com. Okay, I'm going to put my privacy policy in here, disclaimer here, and about us here. Now, these things you can actually copy and paste off of your company's websites if you want to. So then you just, copy and paste them, put them on a Word program or a Google's page, and then you can actually link them through here. So, have I got the right computer? Okay, let me have a look, see if I can find something. Okay, see how it gives you a website link? If I go onto Dots Google, that's where I keep all my stuff. I'll be able to grab a link from there, and I'm going to just cut and paste it and put it in here, okay? So with this little thing here, hover over it, click the link, put your link in there, get rid of that first, put your link in here, press tab or enter. It's not going to do it for me now because I haven't put anything in there, and that will become a link that they can click on, and it will wander them off to whatever information you want. Okay, just getting out of here, going up the top. Now, can you see? Whoops, that's really spelled wrong, isn't it? Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, I have now just built my first page of my funnel. Now, how simple was that? That was like extremely, extremely, extremely simple. There's going to be a couple of things that I'm just going to do now. I'm just going to save it, which makes sense because otherwise when I get out, all my changes are going to change or disappear. Okay, I'm just going to call this the Optin page. Now this what you've got here is actually going to show up on the internet. So if people do search, this is what they're going to actually see. So just be a bit careful what you do right here. So I normally put like my company name, and it might be an therapy recipe. Okay, keywords. Now, lavender. The benefits may calming. So these are words that people might actually Google in, so if you're looking up a recipe, for example, for essential oils, what would you put in there? Essential oils Australia, essential oils America, lavender, what can I do with lavender, or calming, or, all those little things. That's what your keywords are. Your company name goes in here. And I'm just going to pick an image. Now, if you want to grab an image that's on your computer, you just upload it here. Okay, so easy, upload it here. These are all ones that I've already got stored in here. So I'm going to grab one of these today. But if you don't have one on your computer, you don't have one stored, what you can do is you can go over here to search and type in, say, lavender. or whatever you want to put in there. Press search. And it'll come up with 1,000,001 different pictures that you can browse through. And if you like one, you can choose one and use that. If it was just an icon you were looking for, the same kind of thing. So you can go through and pick icons as well. Now this unsplash.com is very much like Pixabay, so you can get free pictures from there as well, but it's not as great. So I tend to use Pixabay. If you can't find what you're looking for in Pixabay, definitely click on to Unsplash. Okay. So in this case, I'm just going to go back to my library, and I'm going to pick my header. And now I'm going to go up to this green button on the right hand side and go add image. And when I scroll down, I'm just going to move my head again. This is what's going to show up on the website or on the net. Yeah. Okay. So when somebody types in your web address, this is what will come up. Okay. So like I said to you before, make sure that it's got something pretty. I wouldn't have maybe put opt-in page here, you know, put something nice, you know, so if somebody finds it, they're going to want to click on it. Okay. Just going to get my head again. So that's all we need there. So it's saved. I'm just going to show you a couple of things on this page is how to change the colors. So I see this blue background here. I'm going to click on background, so it's settings on the left hand side and then background. I can click here and that's going to take us back to where I found the pictures before. Now you can either put a big picture in the background by, you know, uploading an image that you have in your computer or picking one that you've got saved here, searching one on Pixabay, or you can just go into their little box here that says background. And if my computer wasn't so slow, this would instantly come up with a lot of different colors or shades or things like that. See the little patterns and stuff like that. So this is the one that's up there at the moment. I'm just going to change it to a lighter one. I'm going to add the image by pressing the green button. And see how it changed to that lower color or that gray that I chose. Another one you can do in the background as well is you don't have to actually have an image at all. You can just pick a straight color. If I pick that, I'm going to go over there. Whoops, I have to get rid of the picture background. I'm just going to delete all this. And there you go. I've just got a straight blue background. Another thing you would have noticed going over into background again, if I didn't want any of the above, I could actually put a video in the background there. Okay, so I could download something from YouTube, as you can see. So create a video on YouTube and download it. If anyone wants to know how to create a YouTube video, let me know and I'll do a link on that as well. And then we can actually link that in here and we have a video that comes up. But with these ones, I keep them really, really simple. I don't want any distractions too much. This is what I want them to focus on. So this background, I don't make too complicated. You know, less options, more results. Okay, so that's the key. And obviously we can change all this through here as well, the colors. So if we wanted to do that, I'll just go back a bit. I'm just going to explain, as you can see, as I hover over things, see how we've got different boxes that come up. So you've got to think of them in layers. So you've got sections, which is up here, and you can add them through here, but I find this one a little bit confusing. I prefer if I hover over and it goes to green. So green is what they call sections, and if you imagine it like a piece of paper, that's your very, very, very first piece of paper, okay? So in there, if I go on the little gear symbol, I can actually put, same as what I was doing before, I can change the margin. It moves up and down for me. I can put a image, instead of it being black up here, I can put an image in there. I can make the section extra small, full width, yeah, small, extra small. I'm just going to keep it extra small. I like mine to keep like that, but that's totally up to you how you do it. What I say to you is go through these and play. You can't really break it, so have a play. Okay, stickiness. Now, stickiness means when somebody scrolls down the page, that's going to stay with them. That part is going to stay with them. So I'm just wondering if I can do it from here. Okay, so that's what happens. Have you ever been on a website when you're scrolling down the page but the header is actually coming with you? That's what stickiness means. So we can go on here and stick to the top, stick to the bottom on load. So play around with that again. Background color. So if I didn't want an image, see how it's just got black here at the moment. I could either put an image like I said at the top, or I can actually change the color. So whoops, we shouldn't go. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's not going to really work. But anyway, that color will do. Oops. Closed it down when I shouldn't have. Let's get back on there again. I'm just going to move my head a little bit so you can see. Okay, text color at the moment we've got it as yellow. Again, click in here. We can change it to whatever color. Sorry, I'm trying to hurry this up so you're not here forever. Again, this is moving the margins up and down. Can you see that? Yep, in the bottom. Okay, left and right. Okay, so again, have a fiddle. You have an advanced part as well. Again, this is where you can make the corners, really exaggerate it here, but see how the corners are really round? Or I can make them square. The bottom border, what's the bottom border doing? Okay, so at the moment it's only saying the bottom border, so I want a full border. Can you see how that come up? And it's come up square. In solid, dashed, or dotted. Again, what color do I want my border in? Maybe do it in yellow. I'm only making this up as I go along, girls, so it will look ugly in the end, but you have it. You have the idea. Okay, so I can put a shadow in it if I want to. And that's my back page, if you imagine my back page. Okay, so now as you can see here, we have a blue one. So that's your next one. That's your rows. Okay, rows are where you choose how many, I call them columns. So see, you've got rows and columns. So basically, it's like if you cut out another piece of paper, stick it onto your paper, and then on that little piece of paper that you've stuck onto your first original piece of paper, you're now going to create some columns or boxes or text boxes, that kind of thinking. So if you keep it in that kind of thinking, we're layering, remember. So with this one, they've just asked it to have one column. But I could actually, if I built something out, I could actually say, look, I want 4 columns along here. So I want 4 little boxes put in there. So 4 columns. So if I just click on here, I don't know if it will show you on here. I don't tend to use this top one real much. Yeah, no. See how they're saying just 1 column, full column. You've only got 1 column. So I really, again, if you get the hang of using these ones up the top here, go for it. I find them a little bit confusing, so I tend to use from here. Okay. Sorry, the blue one is the columns. Now, if you think one more tab again, so we've got our base page, which is the sections. Then we've now put our rows and columns in. Now we're going to start putting the pictures. We're going to stick the pictures in and the actual text in there, or videos in there. So if you think of it like that, we're building up. So a bit like scrapbooking, we're actually building up. Now we're actually going to go into the next one, which is called elements. Okay, so this is where it comes up as a, I don't know what color you call this, but an orangey color. And I go into settings. And it will allow me to do whatever I want in here. Okay, to change this. At the moment, they've got a text box in here. So when I clicked on it, it's going to give me all the text box readings. So I can select a font. I can select the size of the font. I can again move the, up and down. I can select the text color. So that's this color. Now, I'm just going to take you one step back a little bit here, just so this was something I got stuck on for a long time, and I think, God, how stupid I was. When we went to the blue one here, when you get a blue one that's coming up here, bold and all the rest of it, if I highlight this and make it, it's unbolded now. See how it's gone white? Whoops, it's gone back to yellow. Okay, just bear with me for a minute. This is unbolded, the rest is bolded. So when I go back, move my head again. I seem to be in the way all the time, don't I? And I go to my element, my text box element. It will show me here that anything that is not bolded, it's going to come up yellow. Anything that is bolded, I'm going to change this just so you can see, is going to come up green. Can you see that? Okay, so that's a handy way of changing your different colors on here. So if you want, you know, your heading to be in two different colors, you can bold and unbold, and your bold will come up one color and your text will come up another. Okay, background color again. This really gaudy, I know. There you go. So there's a background behind it as well. God, this is going to look really gaudy. Now, I'm just going to get back to elements up here, because this is one of the bits that I do use up the top here, and it's called add an element. The only reason why I'm going to show you this is I'm going to show you all the different kind of elements you've got. So you've got headline. Now, this is a text box, as you can see, where it says text up here. And then what it means is it just comes up in a bigger text to start off with. Even if you put a headline in there, you can change the size anyway, so it's really not critical. Subheadlines is going to come up a little bit bigger. So this is headlines. This is normally headline text, this size. Subheadline is normally about this size text. Paragraph is normally about this size text. But again, in any of those, as you can see, you can change the size anyway. So if you've come in with a headline element and you go, oh no, I don't want it small, you can change it. You know, it's not critical. It's not going to take your life out. And obviously bullet lists. So how I just grab one of these, so I'm just going to grab it. No, I'm not. I'm going to go onto here first. Sorry, I'm going to go onto the cross, an orange cross, because I want to add an element. And it's going to bring this up for me, and grab this, and I'm going to click it over there. It's not going to play the game, is it? Okay. There we go. See how that's come in now? The reason why I did these is so you can actually see the difference. And this is brought me in the bullet list. Okay. Now, I'm just going to get rid of that one again, because I'm really making an abortion of this. Again, I'll go through here. It's just if you want to move it up and down. When you move things up and down, what you're looking for is that yellow or the orange line. See how the orange lines come to the top? So therefore I can drop it. And there, okay, so that's getting into the settings. This is if you want to clone it, if you want to make another one, this is obviously when you delete it. So I'm going to delete it. And we're just going to go up to elements again, just to show you all the different elements. Okay, so I'm showing you how to add an element. Now I'm just going to show you all the different kind of elements. I'm going to scroll down. So this is if I want an image pop-up, a video pop-up, an audio player, a button, which is one of these down here, an input, which is these. So, you know, do you want them, are you asking for a name, address, email address, you know, any information like that, phone number, blah, blah, blah. Again, a text area one, which is very similar to the imports, but please play advanced. So this is if you've got SMS capabilities. So you would have to link these in through a different provider and integrate them with Clickfunnels. So SMS is where you they'll get a text message, basically. They'll get a text message that their order has gone through, or yeah, whatever you want to talk to them about. So 90% of the time we use email, but some people prefer to send a text message to people rather than email. So there's a button for that as well. Billing, so this is where you're starting to build your checkout. So this is where you would put in, you know, basically your billing details, your shipping details, I'd want to create a survey. So I'm just remembering how quick I'm going to take here. A countdown. Sometimes we can put a countdown up here. This offer is only here for so many, so long. So that's what we can do here. Icons. So we're going to make a pretty icon instead of an image. Navigation divider, progress bar. So people like to know, especially if you've got a long survey or something like that, you've got a progress bar going across the top. It actually tells them how far they've got, because often they'll go, oh, this is going forever, I'm going to jump out, I'm going to bail out now. But if they can see in a progress bar that they haven't got much further to go, they'll actually stick with it, okay? So here again, your social media images, you know how sometimes down the bottom you want all your social media images down there. This is if you want to add some custom CSS. So if you're a designer or you know of a designer, or you're prepared to pay a designer to put some funky features in there that Clickfunnels don't have, yeah, welcome to put them in there as well. So as you can see, you can build out your funnel as complicated or as easily as you like. Okay, so I'm going to just jump out of there now. So really you've built your first page. Now, don't look at my page right now. It's fairly ugly. Take your time and go through it and build it in the colors that you think would resonate. I do like sticking with my company colors. So if your company tends to use colors, they've spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on working out marketing, and they know those colors work. So I would stick with those colors. Also, another thing you do is you build continuity. If you think of McDonald's, for example, use McDonald's because it's both here, it's all over the world. So people realize that, you know, the M is yellow. When you see a yellow M, what do you think about? You think about McDonald's. So in the big scheme of it, we want this kind of continuity too. So sometimes when we put an ad up on social media or on the web or somewhere else like that, or YouTube or somewhere where we want to link them to this, we don't actually tell them who you are to start off with, or what they're getting is something free. And then we can start building a bit of an idea as we're going through with the colors. So they might pick, oh, this is such and such just by the colors you're coming through. So it's building, although it doesn't seem like it now, it's actually starting to build on the whole big picture that we want to call your branding in the end. So stick with that, stick with me. Okay, so that's what we've done there. We've built our first page. Really, really easy, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just run over these quickly again. It is extremely simple. We build it through creating a section first, which is your base plain paper at the bottom. Then we put a blue one in there, which is a row / column. So again, another piece of paper stuck on that piece of paper, and we're now going to build out, we're going to create areas. So, you know, we're going to either build columns or we're going to build sections where, you know, over there I'm going to put an image, and over there I'm going to put some writing, and over there I'm going to put, you know, my what I was going to say, your inputs. So if you imagine it like that, then the next one, which is we actually start putting those images in, and we start putting those inputs in, we start putting those that text in, that information in, and that's the orange one, and that's called elements. And seriously, guys, that is it. How hard was that? Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. Build out your first page. I'm going to be back in a couple of days' time. Hopefully you've dropped some questions down below so that I can answer, and I can answer them in my next video. Otherwise, I'm going to move straight onto our next page, which is the thank you page, and you'll miss out. Okay, so see you later for now, and catch you in a couple of days' time, okay? See you. Bye. Bye, guys.